The epicenter of the sports world, Toronto, Ontario. A gorgeous, newsworthy Sunday in the 6, where the hope here at least is that the Raptors will win in 5. The scene has shifted back east with the Raptors holding a 3-1 series advantage, a first ever title won on international soil, or a comeback for the ages. Either way, we are set up for a historic conclusion to the NBA season. Game Time live at the finals presented by YouTube TV with 3D. Dennis Scott, the NBA champion, Steve Smith. I'm Jared Greenberg. Thanks for being with us here from Scotiabank Arena, where Game 5 will be played on Monday night. The Golden Dynasty facing elimination. The storyline, though, that continues to dominate this NBA Finals is the status of Kevin Durant. He hasn't played in a month and a day since injuring his right calf against Houston in Game 5 of the second round. While his status for Game 5 is still unknown, Steve Kerr did deliver what appeared to be good news earlier on Sunday.
He'll practice with us today, and he'll get some extra work in with some of our younger players, and we'll gauge it from there.
Are you more hopeful than you have been the last couple of days?
Yeah, because he hasn't done what he's going to do today. He hasn't done. So he's doing more today, and then we'll know more after that.
Having another powerful weapon out there that can do some very dynamic things on the floor, and we'll be able to adjust and transition pretty smoothly. He's been in plenty of finals and has played well, and no matter what percentage he's at, I'm sure he'll be impactful and effective out there.
That was prior to practice. Here's some exclusive footage from after practice with Kevin Durant walking out of Scotiabank Arena after reportedly, according to the team, getting onto the court to practice for the first time since his injury. Dennis Scott, Steve Smith, what do we think? Is Kevin Durant going to suit up and play while the Warriors face elimination Monday night?
My gut feeling is no, he will not play. Just listening to Steve Kerr, and once again, we've been saying it since the final start. It's hard to simulate 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and throwing him out in the fire trying to guard Kawhi Leonard or chasing Danny Green around. But with that being said, Smitty, if he were to dress up, yes, it would be exciting. They'll get a little boost. But there's no way it's a month and 1 day, Jared, to get the number right, a month and 1 day off. There's no way you can come back and be the Kevin Durant we know.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I don't think he'll be the Kevin Durant that we've accustomed to seeing. And I am with 3D. I don't think my gut feeling says he's playing, but it's good to see him at least getting a chance to walk around and play. If this can extend, maybe you get a chance to get him 6, maybe you get a chance to get him 7. But do they miss him? For sure. Are they a better team without Kevin Durant? No. But here's a guy right now, if he's able to go 60, 70%, he's still a guy who can flat out shoot the basketball. And I think defensively he's a guy who can help them. But right now it doesn't look like it, in my opinion, even though we got a chance to see him walk out, he practiced. I still my gut feeling saying he's not playing, Jared.
What now, we obviously, as you said, don't know to what level he is ready to go if indeed they do suit him up. But if he's thrown out there, how does that change the way this team has been playing? And again, we have no idea, Smitty, how healthy he is.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest part is how healthy he is, how long can he go, would he be on the minutes restriction? But I know on the offensive end, he can flat out shoot the basketball.
That's right.
You got to account for him. He's one of those guys, you talking about spacing, whether he can just stand there, he's not going a lot of one-on-one. Defensively, he knows how to play. He's bought into what they're doing. He's blocked shots. He can switch. I think the biggest thing is how much can he go? How much has he been doing? And I think right now they know that even before this game, 3D, how much they can use him if he does play.
Steve Kerr talked about this is his first walkthrough since the semifinals. Right. So now you're saying, is he physically ready to rotate? We've been talking about the Warriors' defense being not that good here in the finals. Well, if he's on the floor, to your point, Smitty, does Steve Kerr feel comfortable enough to put him in some of those scenarios defensively where he has to rotate from one side of the floor back to the paint and then possibly protect the rim? So I'm not sure about that, Jared.
Not trying to make any excuses here for the Warriors. They have plenty of veterans who have been through all sorts of adversity. But how much of a distraction, 3D, do you think this has been on a daily basis, asking, is he or isn't he playing? And if he's not, why?
I think it's distraction because guys want to come into practice every day and games every day and prepared to play. I think we all would agree that maybe if the Warriors would came out and say, hey, this injury is a little more serious than possible, we're shutting him down until he shows us something differently. But we're talking about the finals. We're talking about Steve Kerr, who's been in this stage many times, so they want to keep hope alive and see if he can come back.
You know, unfortunately, they've been to the finals 5 straight years, and we said how much will they have left? Will injuries creep in? Well, they have. Klay Thompson, Looney, Cousins, Andre Iguodala, Kevin Durant. We've all talked about them, and also Stephen Curry. They're all banged up, and so I think that's been the topic of discussion throughout this entire playoffs or this finals is who's healthy enough to play and when will they play, how will they play, how much. It has been a distraction for the Warriors.
So stay with us. We'll continue to update you as soon as we gather more information about Kevin Durant's right calf, whether he's able to play or not. The Warriors still facing elimination Monday night with the tip-off just after 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. Even though the Warriors have never been down 3-1 in the finals, they have been down 3-1 in a playoff series a couple of years ago against OKC in the Western Conference Finals, come back to win that. How much does that experience play into the Warriors' level of confidence?
The mood is good. We've still got plenty to play for. And, yesterday was a travel day, so we didn't do anything. So it's not like we've spent a lot of time together. Today we'll watch the film and go through practice and talk about the things we can clean up. But the mood's good. We have an amazing opportunity and challenge, and we're going to do everything we can to meet that challenge, and we're excited about it.
I think after Game 4, it was a tough vibe in the locker room just because you lose 2 in a row at home. Nobody likes that feeling at all, especially in the finals, and it's kind of a little self-reflection of what do we need to do and what do we need to correct for us to stay alive. But I wouldn't say we're down at all. It's mostly just we're anxious for tomorrow to just get out there and play a great basketball game. And I think we're confident in that fact that we can do that. And the best bet for us is just to block out as much noise as possible. Have a great practice today where we hone in on the details that we need to correct and really come with the right mindset of the energy and effort we need to play with our backs against the wall. And again, like I kind of said earlier, we know we can do it. It's just a matter of proving it.
All right, well, here's who has done what the Warriors will try to accomplish. As I mentioned, they have done it coming back from 3-1 down. That was in the Western Conference Finals. Remember, the only time it's ever been done in the NBA Finals was against the Warriors with that historic comeback by the Cleveland Cavaliers a couple of years ago back in 2016. During the Steve Kerr era, these Warriors are 5-1 when facing elimination. They will try and stave it off again tomorrow night. Smitty, how much does that experience of being there and going through the wars and understanding that you don't have to win 3 games in a row tomorrow night, you just have to win 1?
I think this scenario's, if I can say, bodes well for the Golden State Warriors if they could win this game. Reason why is they're going back to Oracle. Right. Let's give the Toronto Raptors a lot of credit because they have the Warriors in this 3-1 situation. That's the reason why. This team has guys that can flat out score the basketball. They've been there. They have that experience. You can see they're loose. I look at this team as they got to take it quarter by quarter, not even game by game, because I thought they had the momentum going into that halftime last game.
Right.
This Kawhi Leonard-led Toronto Raptors, they are not getting rattled 3-0.
Right, I agree.
Not at all. So they're going to have to come out and beat them because the Toronto Raptors won't beat themselves.
I agree with you, Smitty. And also, Jared, that team that beat OKC, that complexion team's different. Barbosa, Harrison Barnes, all those different guys. In Game 4, Quinn Cook 0 of 4, McKinney 1 of 6. So as much as we talk about Steph Curry and all the stars, the Warriors role players did not shoot the ball and play that well either. So how do you get the Jerebkos and all those role players to believe in, to Smitty's point, 1 quarter at a time, be up at halftime, ride their way into the 4th quarter? So as much as history is, this team is different, along with we've been talking about all week long. They're banged up.
A little later on, we'll talk about maybe some adjustments that Steve Kerr can make and what personnel moves you guys think we might see Monday night. But rather than just focusing just on the role players, how much do we need the stars to be stars? How much does Steph Curry and Klay Thompson have to have monster games?
They have to. They can't have pedestrian-like games. They have pedestrian-like games, and the role players play good, they're going to get blown out of the building. Right. So that's why the role players of being a star, be a star and shine. Then the role players can fill in.
And I think also two veterans for me is Andre Iguodala and Draymond Green. They have to take shots.
Yes.
They have to hunt shots, and they get wide open shots. They have to take them. I know you lean on Steph, you lean on Clay. You're trying to get those guys shots, but they're leaving those guys wide open 3. They must be confident and take a lot of shots.
Game Time Live at the Finals, presented by YouTube TV, rolls on. 1 win away from a title. Has Kawhi Leonard earned the title as best player in the world? We'll hear from the Raptors as they get set to make history Monday night. Come on back from Scotiabank Arena. Earlier on Sunday.
After Game 4, Coach Nurse alluded to your defense sparking the production. How have you approached your role in this series?
Just putting my mindset and, try to go out there and try to help the team and bring some defense intensity, try to make different.
Why has this matchup with the Warriors been a favorable one for you?
Just the way they're playing, they play more fast, and so I'm kind of, center with, speed too and quickness. So I'm trying to use my quickness against them. It kind of work. It kind of match better, and also it's not only one person. It's teamwork, because every time I'm go help somebody and. I'm trusting somebody's going to be out there to help me. That's why everything's working.
How do you think that your point guard, Kyle Lowry, has rewritten the narrative surrounding his postseason success in this series?
Man, Kyrie amazing for us, and he's a true point guard. Like, when you need a point guard and you have Kyrie, and as a big, it's always fun to play with a point guard like Kai. And, sometimes you see the stat, you see the numbers, like, oh, he didn't score, he scored less, but he did more than just score a point. He passed the ball. When Kai is playing his best, I'm not talking about scoring. It's not about scoring, but when he's playing his best, we always keep rolling. We're always rolling.
You've played with and against some of the game's all-time greats. Where does Kawhi Leonard rank on that list?
Man, Kawhi, he surprised me, man. Honestly, and seeing him playing at this level, it really surprised me because I remember I used to play against him a couple years ago at that level.
Is it possible to quantify what a championship would mean to Toronto, to Canada?
Man, those fans here, this city, this country deserve it, man. They be supporting this team for so long, even before me. And they're always here, they always cheer for us. They give everything. I think it's time for them, to have fun, to enjoy. And they deserve everything.
Thank you, Serge. Good luck.
Thank you.
Nick Nurse made an interesting comment after the Game 4 victory, saying that while some players get their all-around game started with their offense, Serge gets a couple of blocks, and that starts everything else going for him. He was sensational the other night.
I also add to that, Jared, I like when he kind of get hit. When he gets hits and then he gets a little physical, it seems like he turns into Ibaka back when we knew in OKC when he wants to just dominate the paint.
Right.
On and off the court. I don't like when Serge first play is a jumper.
Yes.
Then I go, Serge is not engaged, but I like when he gets a little tangled up with Draymond, with anybody, with Cousins, then I see there's Serge trying to be the guy who's going to protect the paint and also being able to also score the ball. I think he gets in a rhythm better when there's a little physicality.
Yeah, I agree with you, Smitty. 6 blocks in Game 3, 2 blocks in Game 4. And to your question, Jared, most NBA players want to get a layup first or shoot a jump shot first to kind of get their game going. So Serge is definitely on the other side where defense gets him going.
All right, well, Serge was fantastic. Kyle Lowry, despite the poor shooting numbers, had a fantastic game in Game 4, impacting the game in other ways. Show us what you saw from Game 4, how Lowry and Ibaka run that pick and roll that really throws off the defense of the Warriors.
Well, like Kristen Lillo was talking about, the old Kyle Lowry was all about scoring. This Kyle Lowry, to me, Smitty, it's about leadership and making the right play. Under control, you fake high, you throw low bounce pass, your big guy can catch it and finish it. Same thing. You attack the other team's big guy, you get downhill, you show it a little bit, make Steph Curry react, then you have Kawhi Leonard who's become a knockdown three-point shooter. So Kyle Lowry, to me, in the finals has shown us that make the right play, stay under control, perfect bounce pass with 4 seconds on the shot clock, Siakam can finish the play. Not too many guys understand when you make that bounce pass, Jared, it comes up softer, your big guys can handle it and finish the play. His leadership down the stretch has been phenomenal.
All right, a little later on, Kristen Ledlow joins us again to sit down with Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors. We come back with an all-access look at Game 4 of the 2019 NBA Finals, where Kawhi and the Raptors win.
The Raptors getting set to face the Golden State Warriors as Toronto comes into this game, a chance to grab a 3-1 series lead.
Toronto isn't afraid of them. And a lot of teams, I think, when they get down to the Warriors in the past have been. This team is not.
It's a must-win. Every game's a must-win for us. That's how we feel, but tonight especially.
Big game. Got to take it to them again on the road. A lot of intensity, a lot of passion to get this one.
Perhaps a little more emotional for the Warriors and their fans, knowing that this is the final season at this building.
Warriors, come out! Come on now.
The Warriors want to square the series. Tonight, Golden State will get Klay Thompson back.
Yeah, Klay!
Welcome to Game 4.
Communication's going to be great tonight. Get your defense set up. It's huge tonight, okay? Play with incredible composure. 48 minutes together. Outwork them. Put yourselves in position to win the game.
Thompson, quick catch, posting up.
No problem for Klay.
And it's good to see Klay Thompson back on the floor.
Curry, sidestep three.
And right now, the Warriors playing at another gear.
Leonard, pull-up triple, far wing.
Kawhi Leonard single-handedly keeping Toronto in the game.
He's put his arm around the collective team and said, follow me, boys.
Great intensity. Maintain the defensive intensity of the execution.
They're flying around pretty good right now, but that's okay. You fly around with them. They're running hard. You run hard, too.
Cousins to Thompson. Nice ball fake and an open jumper. Welcome back, Klay Thompson.
Iguodala, Thompson blows up a three. Got it from the right sideline.
You really can see how much Thompson brings to this team. 35-27 Warriors. Here's Lowry, feeds Siakam, rolling down the post and scoring on the lay-in. If I'm the Raptors, I am excited about where I am right now to end this half. They're still hanging around this Warrior team.
Let's up our effort a little bit. The offense is pretty good. Step into your shots and start making some more, which is going to help our defense.
I need everybody's energy up. Defensively, we're getting after it. Every possession, everybody rebound and we go. All right?
Here's Van Fleet pushing it. In transition, Kawhi lets it fly.
And that ball played a little plinko before it fell down.
Down one of the Raptors looking for their first lead of Game 4. Pulls the trigger on a three and hits. Leonard knocks down another three. And the first lead of the night for the Raptors.
Good job on offense. Hey, moving the ball. Keep hitting the open man.
And it's a quarter strong. Hey, get your energy up right now.
Lowry, shot rejected by Andre. Knocked it out of bounds.
Shot blocked by Ibaka. Lowry up, blocked by Draymond Green. Some pace here in the third.
Fred finds Kawhi over Thompson. He's got 31, 17 in the quarter.
Nervous moments from the Oracle crowd. A huge third quarter for the Raptors.
Keep attacking them. Keep attacking them and be strong on your finishes in transition.
Lowry dribbling with 5, Lowry with 3, inside Ibaka, turns, hooks, scores, and he's fouled! Serge Ibaka, big impact off the bench. This crowd is stunned. Ibaka to Lowry. Kyle Lowry has been the ultimate maestro in this second half. Back to Ibaka, but a slam!
Ibaka has been special.
Raptors showing such poise here in this hostile arena. Leonard, open three, knocks it down.
The Toronto Raptors have won Game 4.
They take 2 here at Oracle Arena. And now Golden State 1 loss away from their dreams of a three-peat coming to an end.
not satisfied. Got the job done. We got another one on Monday.
Pretty good team. Take them one at a time. Forget what the score of the series is. Let's go.
Raps. 1, 2, 3. Raps. Think about this. The Warriors just lost back-to-back NBA Finals games in their house.
It's one of those nights where you play a lot of energy and start to build momentum, and the wheels fall off a little bit. We got to do something about it if we want to, extend this series.
That was Game 4, getting you ready for Game 5. Game Time live at the finals, coming back with a chat with Klay Thompson and an update on our top story, Kevin Durant's status. Here, seen taking the court for the first time, practicing with his team since injuring his right calf during Game 5 of the second round. He has been listed as questionable for Game 5. Smitty 3D, more surprised if Durant does or more surprised if Durant does not play Monday night?
I would say does. Just the reason why is he's been off so much. This is his first time he having any contact with playing, so I would be surprised if he does play 3D.
Very surprised if he plays. Everything Smitty just said. And then going big picture. If I'm Bob Myers, general manager, do I talk him into playing knowing he's not 100% and jeopardize him making the leg worse, knowing that he's a part of the future, that I have to talk to him whenever this series is over about staying for the future? So I would be surprised if he plays.
Wonder how different this would be if Kevin Durant was not going to be a free agent this summer. Well, a man who also will be a marquee free agent this summer is Klay Thompson. Klay came back and had a masterful game in Game 4 after missing Game 3 with a hamstring injury, the first time he missed a playoff game in his career. He sat down with Kristen Ledlow on Sunday afternoon.
First and foremost, how are you feeling physically?
I feel good. Bordering great. Close to great, yeah. By tomorrow, I'll feel great.
Okay, well then what do these non-game days look like for you?
Man, a lot of time on the training table. It's not very fun, but you just realize it's a part of the journey and makes the story that much sweeter. Especially when you get older, inching close to 30. Got to see that training table more often than not, so it's part of the game.
Happens to us all. How difficult, though, has it been not knowing from game to game who's going to be available, especially with someone like Kevin Durant still sidelined?
I mean, it's tough just because you know how much KD brings to our team. You saw it the last couple years in the finals, the man averaged, 35 in a game, doing whatever he wanted. And I think we've done well without him in these past 9 or 10 games, what it has been, but we've definitely sorely missed him. And it's a tough injury he has. It's really tough. We're a lot of guys banged up, but at the end of the day, no one's going to feel sorry for us. We've played plenty of teams in the past, playoff runs, who've been banged up. I've learned that the NBA season is the war of attrition. It's who can manage your body the best, who can navigate through the long haul. And, I think Kay's going to come back. I don't know if it's game 5, 6, or 7, but it's our job as the other guys on the floor to, win a game here and extend the series for him so he can come back, because I know he's dying to get out there. He's a incredible competitor. I've played with him at the highest level, whether it's the Olympic gold medal game or the NBA championship. He's going to bring it, and I know it's killing him not to be out there, and he's sorely missed.
What will practice then look like today now that he's been cleared to rejoin you?
I'm just excited to hoop with him again. He's such a great talent, transcendent talent, doesn't come around very often, so excited to be on the hardwood with him again and go from there. Just have a great practice. That's all you got to think about. Don't even think about the game tomorrow. Just have a great practice.
It's not the first time that your team has faced a 3-1 deficit. How much confidence is stemming from knowing how to overcome it?
A lot, honestly. I mean, it's not fun being in this position, but it's a challenge that we've seen before. And it's something we've been on the other side of and lost the lead. So it does take a little pressure off you knowing that you've done it in both scenarios. So for us, it's about going out there, tricking yourself in the mind that you have a free swing. You know, the pressure's on the Raptors to try and bring home this first championship to Canada. So it's on us to deny them that right tomorrow. And, you know, if we got to harp on old experience, obviously that series in 2016 is fun to go look back on. But the championship also, you can draw from too, and how we were up 3-1 and kind of relax, let our guard down, and let Cleveland get back into it. Who knows? You know, I know the Raptors got some tremendous professionals on our team. They probably won't let that happen, so we're gonna have to go take it and instill our will. But if there's a team to come back from it, I think we could be the ones.
Then, having done it before, what's the balance between having a big picture perspective and honing in on the individual task at hand?
Yeah. It's all about the latter. You just got to hone in on what's at hand and win the day. So I've learned in the professional ranks is that you can't look too far ahead, especially this time of year. I did that in 2016, you know, thinking about the parade already, being up 3-1, thinking about all the good stuff that comes with winning a championship, and then it was just taken from you like that. So you got to stay even keel and just carpe diem, seize that day. That's all you can really do, and the rest will fall into place.
Thank you, Clay. Good luck.
No problem.
Clay the philosopher.
Clay is a mess, man. I love it.
Well, he was tremendous in the Game 4 loss. One guy who has struggled the last couple of games is DeMarcus Cousins. After his tremendous performance in Game 2, where he had 10 and 11, the last two really struggled from the field and a lot of turnovers. So what type of changes do we expect from Steve Kerr, and could it include a different role for DeMarcus Cousins?
I think so, Jared Smitty, that maybe we take some back from him now because he's put his best foot forward, extended minutes, 8 minutes, but those legs aren't there. The passing's there, rebounding's there for a little bit, but the lift, moving, is not there, Smitty. And the Raptors are taking and going at him on the defensive end.
Yeah, you're totally right, 3D. They have to get off to a good start. So I'm not sure Steve Kerr starts him in Game 5. And I think you look the way Looney has played, even with the injury. And I love the way Bogut has played. We know he's has some age on him, but he's come in. He's defended well. He's blocked shots. He's been in the way. And then I think for them is they have to go a little bit smaller, and they got to play a little bit quicker to get up some shots, to get more possession so they can score. And defensively, Boogie has hurt them, and also the turnovers.
Now, if Durant does come back in, obviously he would probably take some minutes from Boogie, and maybe you go back to that Hamptons 5 look. But think about this now, this challenge is you're trying to stave off elimination, working back Durant, trying to work back Cousins into the lineup. There's a lot of reacclimation that you're trying to do here when you're trying to save your season.
You're trying to get back to who you were before the injuries, but then again, they've played good basketball like Clay talked about. But you need someone else to help you get back to where you were. Is it Jordan Bell? Is it Damon Jones? You need some lively legs to rotate and run the floor and match what Toronto has done to you last two ball games. Even if Kevin Durant plays, you still need someone else, Smitty.
Yeah, I think so. And I also give DeMarcus Cousins a lot of credit. I didn't think he'd be playing in this entire finals. So he got himself back to be able to play, got him a game that I thought he really helped him. I think it's now, like 3D said, the Jordan Bells, the lively legs. Somebody has to give them some extra help. And I think also playing Durant, if he does play, it will help out Cousins, because then you're definitely going to be single coverage.
Well, Steve Kerr has not been a stranger at changing his lineups heading into games in these postseasons. He's had a ton of them. We'll see if he does that again for Monday night. Well, the Raptors will have that Jurassic Park effect and this home court advantage. We'll take a look at the super fan hit there by so many NBA and WNBA players. Well, incredible work by the fans out here in Toronto. Jurassic Park has been absolutely off the charts. They've already started lining up for Game 5. 55 hours before Game 5, they're outside getting ready already for what is going to be a crazy scene. But there is one fan who stands out above all the rest here in Toronto. Here's a special inside look at the super fan for the Raptors.
Superman! Superman! Let's go Raptors! Let's go Raptors! Let's go Raptors! Let's go Raptors!
My name is Napatia, Raptors super fan. This particular designation was given to me in a 98-99 season by our Vice President, Isaiah Thomas. He called me in the court and presented me with a very special jersey, Superfan 1, and all of a sudden, I became the face of the Raptors.
What he does is like a really beautiful thing for the team.
He brings people to the game. He gives tickets to communities and kids. That's what makes him, great.
I came here to this country in '84. Very tough time during that time. 34 years ago, nobody wanted to give an opportunity to a guy with turban and beard. I'm a mechanical engineer, but I couldn't get a job. And finally, I landed into a job as a car salesman, but it didn't have a good beginning. As I joined my first day of job, I was called by different names like towel head, diaper head, all those negative things. And I said, I'm going to do better than good if I want to survive in that environment. And what I did was, I did what Michael Jordan does. I let the game do the talking. I sold 127 cars in 3 months, which was a record at that time, and it's still a record today. '95, when the Raptors came here, I bought 2 tickets I could only afford to. It was love at first sight. I'm so blessed. You know, people from all sorts, white people, older people, girls, ladies, everybody giving me so much love that I'm really humbled, and I'm thankful to the Almighty that I'm able to bring everybody together, people taking pictures. And it's not just in Toronto now. It's everywhere I go.
Especially being an immigrant like me, I think that's being a super fan, and he's demonstrating that to the fullest.
I use that Raptors super fan thing now very seriously also. Because yes, initially, I went to basketball to watch the game for the entertainment. But now I'm using this game of basketball and my Raptor Superfan title to bring the world together through the game of basketball. So I'm really proud of the NBA, and thank you to NBA for this game and the way they are so inclusive. Everything in my life for the last 24 years is done through the schedule of Raptors.
We're going to win this one, guys! Yeah!
Yes, I am an addict. But I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't womanize, I only Raptorize.
They will be headed to the NBA Finals.
When the Raptors made it to the final, beating Milwaukee, I went high all of a sudden. We danced, not just me. All the fans in the arena and outside the arena and everywhere in Canada who are watching. We are in the NBA Finals for the first time, and we have a home court advantage. Was I dreaming or was it reality? This is for real.
We are ready for game one. The excitement is off the charts.
To be at game one and my emotions, it was a roller coaster for a few minutes in the beginning of the game. We are in this new territory for the first time, and I believe we are ready for it.
Tough shot, oh! Banks it home!
That was the most amazing feeling in my 24 years I had that we won the first game against the champion Golden State. Let's go Raptors and we the North. That has become sort of the national anthem for us right now. We have to step up. We got to make so much noise that those players from Golden State cannot communicate with each other during their possessions. And I believe if we all do what we are supposed to do, from the coaches to the players to the fans, we're going to get this championship. If Raptor wins the title, what will it mean for the city? It's going to go wild. If I can say anything to the Raptor players, we are proud of you. You have carried us a long way. We have your back, and make not just us the Toronto, but all Canadians and the world proud that we are going to get this championship.
So cool. And Nav was part of this scene after Game 4 where Raptor Nation was in full force, screaming from the get-go. We the North, say it loud, say it proud, their presence has been felt. What a scene it was at Oracle. What a scene it will be back here for Game 5 on Monday night. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't womanize, I Raptorize. Put it on a T-shirt.
He has. Put it on the back of your car. Put it everywhere because it's real.
Guys, this crowd for Games 1 and 2 was so sensational. I think it was one of the loudest buildings I've ever been at. How much of an advantage do you truly believe that will be again Monday night?
You know, I think it is. I mean, it's true passion from these fans. And I think for you in 3D, you guys were out in Oakland. I hadn't seen that, what the fans did and how they came out. I hadn't seen a visiting team come out to that type of number. Yeah. Also stay back and being able to cheer on their team after they won in Oakland. So I'm looking to see if they close it out, or if they don't, this crowd will be crazy. Like Jared said, it's already started.
once again, it's fun to see a college atmosphere on a professional stage.
We're back with more Raptorizing. Game Time Live,
Right.
the finals here at Scotiabank Arena.
You got a chance to be on this stage. I know later in your career, how special is this, and what's your mindset right now, getting a chance to be here at the NBA Finals in one more game?
Enjoying it, enjoying every second, enjoying the whole process, the ups and downs, the roller coaster, the night in the hotel when you're mad and you stare at the wall for hours, and then you're waking up and everything seems a little better, and then you go to the gym and work out and like, okay, now I'm ready. Every time we hit like a wall or a moment that of discomfort, we grow. So it's fun. It's fun. The good, the bad, like everything. It's a teaching lesson every chance you get to grow and see and enjoy it.
Just a taste of Smitty's potentially Emmy award-winning sit-down with Marc Gasol, all part of what you'll see on our big Monday, getting you set for Game 5, which includes the starters live from Jurassic Park. How could they not be here? That's at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Then Game Time Live of the finals, and of course the post-game show, including the Late Late Show with 3D and Jared, coming up about 90 minutes after.
Right, because after game 1.
Got that from the cat.
All right, the big news from here, Kevin Durant listed as questionable for Game 5. Don't forget to join us for all of Monday's coverage right here live from Toronto, starting with the starters at 6 p.m. Monday. For Smitty, for 3D, for our entire great NBA TV crew, I'm Jared Greenberg. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Monday.